Hello, I'm Tyler, and I'm the president of Apex Customs. We get a lot of email inquiries asking how we started, what my background is, and how to get into the industry. As a thank you to our past clients, we're going to give you a little tour of the business today. We're also going to talk a little bit about my history and how the place started and the Apex story in general. So I first started in the car business at 19 years old. I had a varied bunch of jobs in the business, passion for cars, but eventually I chose to pursue a degree at ASU in biochemistry. My goal was to develop a skill that I could give back a little bit. During this time, I was working full-time as well. My dad had just gotten out of prison, so he had fallen on some rough times and he was living with me. So money was super tight, working full time, trying to go to school full time. I, like anybody else, I wanted a nice car. I couldn't afford it. And so I decided to build one. So the tiny bit of free time I had on the weekends, I'd go out and I'd look at cars in people's backyards, and I would show my friends and my family the cars that I was looking at, and they thought it was nuts, and they really didn't see it. But I would tow them back to my house and I'd work on them. I had a couple hours a week of free time on Sunday, and slowly they'd come together. And when I would finally finish them, people would be like, okay, wow, okay, I see what you saw. And eventually we had done so many of them that the city of Scottsdale kind of took notice, and they're like, you can't be doing this anymore. So at that point it was like, what to do? And so we started looking for a small piece of property, and we found a little tiny bay in the back of a commercial property. And that is how we started, and when you're trying to get into business like this, that's usually backed by multimillionaires, and you're not going to be able to get a bank loan, and you don't have any money, and you don't have a celebrity that's looking to get you to build them a car, to kind of get on a map. You start assessing, what do I have? And the answer was not much, and so I basically, I had a work ethic, I was willing to work hard, and I was willing to be super uncomfortable. So the way that Apex started was in its little bay. I basically moved into a building in the back of the shop with my dad. Our kitchen was a toaster oven, and we'd live off $50 a week in groceries, and everything was started super lean. And I didn't have a social life. I worked 80 hours a week plus, and Apex was my life for a couple of years. Luckily, this work ethic, and then also involving Travis, who's a good friend of mine for years, he was willing to come in at nights after his full-time job, and he helped me with the cars and was our first full-time employee at Apex. And that was a really big leap, really scary thing, because now another mouth to feed, so to speak. And Travis and I both talked about it and we were worried, but he came aboard, and it was a great move. So the other thing that happened was Elliot got involved, who's a childhood friend of mine, and he started doing all of our online presence and our social media and things of that nature. And he's kind of the one in this business that he does a lot, but we never see him. Kind of like Casper of the Friendly Ghost. He works remote, does a lot of good, but you never notice or see him. So the other thing that we did, I think that was instrumental to starting the business, is Travis and Elliot and I have like-minded thoughts. We're really into charity, giving back, and holding to a high morality. We really miss the days of a classic business handshake, and so we've really done our best to take care of people in old-fashioned morals, and really stand by our word. If there was a problem, we took care of it. And these things allowed Apex to really grow. And so what was a single bay in the back eventually became 7,000 square foot buildings, or 7,000 square foot properties, 7 buildings, and growing. Quickly, we started playing with some of the newer technologies. LED lighting systems obviously are huge right now. We started playing with some of that stuff. Vinyl wrap. I'm a personal fan of powder coat, given my scientific background. So we started playing with some of these processes, and people kept asking us to do those things. And so the business quickly evolved from building and selling classic cars as a mean of staying in business, to working on brand new cars. Hey, you know, Tyler, can you do my suspension system? Hey, can you do my exhaust system? Hey, can you do this lighting system? And so it got to the point where we just didn't say no anymore. And the business changed dramatically, you know. So what started out in a one-bay shop in the back, myself, the only full-time employee, Travis used to help me at night when he would get off work, quickly evolved into a larger business. Apex really tries to give back. There's a heart to the business. And you know, we've been so great, and we're here because, you know, we don't do much for marketing. This is the first real video we've done, and we've done really well as far as growth, and it literally has been because we have such great clients, such great staff. So we want to continue to give back to the community. So the bigger that Apex gets, the bigger the platform we hope to make a difference, not just in the automotive scene, but in life. You know, if you have the means to give back, we feel it's really important. So Apex has become a platform for that we're really passionate about. You know, we love the car stuff. It's awesome. I'm not a monetarily driven person. I really get the fulfillment in seeing the project completed. I think that's been an endeavor towards the growth of the company, because when you're not focused on the money you're making per se, and you're more worried about how the project comes out and the fulfillment's brought in, like how stoked the client is on the vehicle, and not only that, but how once the business gets to a certain level, like how can it help the community and the world as a whole. So you're going to see a lot of that. Like I said, that's our goal here. You know, we want to keep pushing out cool stuff for you, but at the end of the day, we want to make a difference, you know, any way we can. So always an open door to anybody, you know, watching this film. We're going to try to do more how-to videos for people as well. We like to see innovation in the industry. You know, we're never worried about somebody asking how to do something, because we want the industry as a whole to keep accomplishing things. So yeah, just want to thank everybody for, you know, giving us the opportunity to talk to you today, and watch out for some cool stuff coming up. I think you're going to see a lot out of Apex Customs.